All right, good morning, everyone. Louis Sports Lino, Man Over Market, and this is the ES S&P 500 E-mini morning call on January 12th. All right, what I have in front of you is a day-only profile chart. This um, column here is showing you the 20-day value area high, the mode for 20 days, and the value area low. Okay, so you got and this is day only. This is excluding any aftermarket activity. So this is only the day only when the pit is open, which is 8:30 to 3:15 Central Time. So 2052.80 is the basically the 20-day mode. That means the most volume traded at that price. 2088.63 is the value area high, and 2008 basically 40 is the value area low. That means in the last 20 days, 65% of the trades took took place in this trading range from 2088 to down to 208. Also, and then this is the most amount of volume at any particular price. All right. So remember, I told you gaps are what we do is we exclude any after hours. We keep track of both. And then we look at gaps because, like I said, markets like continuity. You see this gap here? This gap sat in there. All right, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trading days before we filled that gap in. Now, I said, once again, I tell you, the gaps are something, it could take a week to fill them in. It could take a month. It could take a year, depending on market activity. So this gap was left from here, basically 27 down to 22 half, 27 down to 22 half. I'm going to show you that on a different market profile that we use, that is more dynamic, that we use during the day for our trading activity. So this is software that we get from Charlie Cochran and Peter Nanis. This is our market profile that we use. This is the overnight action here. So, basically we've had a high up here, 2048 and a quarter, and we have a low down here, 2032.50. These two lows to me look like they're unfinished. They look like they're unfinished. Just put it in there and we'll file it as the market goes on through the day. And then, so when I talk about the value area high and value area low, so this is the value area high from Friday, 2051.74. All this in the blue is value area, and then the red at 2052 would start the value area high. The mode, which is 2041, and then the value area low is 2036. So 65% of the trades happened. Now we have this green line, which is the mean, which is the halfway point between the high and the low. The high and the low. Value area high and low, not the day high and low. So this is a market profile. Now, market profile is basically prices that the market ticks at, but also if you see these little these numbers off to the side, these are volume numbers. This is in the last over 100-day period. How many contracts traded at that price? We have some tutorials on our website about market profile, which is at manovermarket.com. And things about market profile you don't understand, email me at manovermarket and at gmail.com, manovermarket@gmail.com. So you can go to the website and get some tutorials. All right. So this is the market profile we use, and this is Insight as software. All right. Now, so we go back to what I just told you, right? We talked about the fact that we got a value area high at 2051 half. So this is the same concept looked at on a bar chart. This is a 15-minute bar chart. 2051 half is the value area high. 2041 is the point of control, meaning that's the most amount of contracts traded on Friday at that price. 2036 half is the value area low. Okay. And then our bull bear zone today is basically 2036 half to 2036 even. So we're using that as our bull bear zone. Now, let me bring this back inside here because I forgot to cover this because we've got a lot of new users over the weekend, and I'm going to be talking about concepts. Now, when we talk about the term single print, you see this Y right here, my pointer is on, starting at 27.80, going down to 22 half. These are single prints. This means that we markets like to trade there more than once, right? And then if you see here, as you build volume, all right, it'll trade there different during time periods. I can't give you a whole lesson on market profile, but every letter is associated with a time period, and they change every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes. So if it when it prints there during the V time period and then prints there during the W time period, it then forms what we call a distribution line here, a distribution line. So, like I said, this is that gap that we talked about, right? 2270 on a different profile look, different profile. We like to see these gaps filled in, and more importantly, these single prints get filled in. The single prints get filled in. So I mark them on my chart, and you'll see them here in this in representation in pink. Okay, there's a gap down to here. All right, so we got S1 down at 2475. We've got S2 at 2013, and we've got S3 down at 1395. 1395. All right. I still think that the market is sitting in has a bearish tone. I think that still has to fill in on the bottom, but here's the things that we're gonna look at. One things we don't go, I don't ever buck, and that is our pivots. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the 5 minute pivot, and the 5 minute pivot is, as you can see, went to a buy around looks like 1 o'clock in the morning right here. Okay, and it's been in a buy ever since. And like I said, it's dynamic. As the more you follow me, you'll see that I'll update on Twitter that the 5 minute pivot is sitting at a certain area. Okay, but also we need confirmation. We use I look at these pivots in different time frames, and the time frames I look at are 5, 15, 30. 15 minute, 30 minute, and an hourly, and then also we look at the daily. So the S&Ps are sitting right now up about 800 points, okay, from the close, which was 2033 and 2035, and we're currently sitting at 2043. 2043, that's where we're at right now. One of the things that I want to cover really quickly, because these YouTube videos can't be much longer, I'm spending a little more time today. Let me get to the day chart that all right, here we go. All right, so as we were talking last week for people that weren't watching us, okay, so this is just a day chart. These are Fibonacci retracements. It looks like from the high, we've made like a 78.6% retracement, okay. Like I said, these are day charts. And then we had 2 days of rally, and we rallied back to the point where it was just past the 23.6%, and then we had a down day on Friday. So today it's going to be a tail of the tape. We're going to see if the market's going to trade back down, and we're going to fill this gap in. It'll be that. All right. Our real bullish and positive node is going to be up here. When you take it, this is going to be a high value node, and we look at this area. This high is 66 half. See, I'm on this mouse right here. If we take this high out, then the market will be extremely bullish, and we can ultimately look for all-time highs. All right, I'm running out of time. I'll give you a midday update. Good luck, and talk to you later. Bye.